Hello, good day. Okay, before we proceed to the actual disorders of the cardiovascular system, it is important that we first understand the normal anatomy and physiology of the heart, how it actually functions, and of course, the different diagnostic procedures that are used in detecting or confirming cardiovascular disorders. So the first diagnostic procedure that I will be discussing is ECG or EKG. But before that, we first have to understand the heart's conduction system or the electrical conduction system of the heart. Okay, so a quick review of the anatomy and physiology. Okay, so what are the different components or elements that are involved in the heart's conduction system? Number one, this one right here, this is referred to as the SA node. Okay, the SA node is also referred to as the heart's pacemaker. Bakit ba siya tinawag na pacemaker? Okay, tinawag siyang pacemaker because electrical impulses originate from the SA node. Siya ang pinakaunang nagsisend ng electrical impulse. So basically, siya ang nagsiset ng pace. Okay, since siya yung pinaka-nauunang nagsisend ng electrical impulse. So siya yung nagsiset ng pace nung buong conduction system, ng pag-contract at pag-relax ng heart that is caused by this electrical conduction system. Si SA node ang nagsisend, or this is where the first impulse originates from, kay SA node. And then, okay, from the SA node, this will fire signals to the AV node. Okay, this is the AV node. Now, your AV node is referred to as the gatekeeper. Bakit ba siya tinawag na gatekeeper? The AV node is referred to as the gatekeeper because this delays. Okay, dinedelay niya yung electrical impulse. For what reason? Bakit kaya dinedelay ni AV node ang electrical impulses? Is this normal? Yes, it's normal. Now, this is being done by the AV node to allow complete emptying of the atria. Okay, ibig sabihin, dapat ma-empty muna lahat ng dugo na nakay atria. Okay, so that blood is supposed to go in to the ventricles. Okay, dapat ma-empty muna lahat yan. That is why the AV node is delaying electrical impulses to allow complete emptying of the atria, because as we can remember, nauunang nagko-contract si atria followed by the ventricle. So ibig sabihin yan, bago mag-contract si ventricle, dapat okay, nailabas na ni atria yung dugo na nasa kanya papunta kay ventricle. So complete emptying. Okay, and then from the AV node, it will send that electrical impulse down this one. This is referred to as the bundle of His. Okay, this is the one that is located sa intraventricular septum. Ibig sabihin, yung septum is the one that is separating the walls of the left and the right ventricle. So, nandyan si bundle of His. And then, it will divide into these two branches, the left and right branches. Okay, left and right branches, until it will travel down to these ones. They are referred to as the Purkinje fibers. Okay, si Purkinje fibers, they conduct electrical impulses or they transmit electrical impulses rapidly. Okay? And siya yung pinakamabilis na mag-send ng electrical impulse among all of them. And after ma-send or ma-receive ng Purkinje fibers yung electrical impulses na yan, magko-contract naman si ventricles. Okay? So, si SA node, siya ang in charge, okay, for sending electrical impulses kay atria. Okay? Sa left and right atria para mag-contract sila. So, SA node, magko-contract si right and left atria. AV node will delay that electrical impulse para ma-empty muna totally si atria. Okay, mailabas muna lahat ng dugo na nasa kanya. And then from the AV node, the electrical impulses will travel to the bundle of His and to the left and right bundles and of course the Purkinje fibers. So, yan si electrical conduction system of the heart. Now, the question is, pag wala si SA node, okay, si SA node kasi ang tinatawag nating pacemaker. This is where electrical impulses originate. Siya ang pinakaunang nagsisend ng electrical impulse. The question is, pag wala ba si SA node, kaya bang mag-transmit ng electrical impulses ng ibang parte ng electrical conduction system? Yes. Okay, the different parts of the conduction system are able to generate their own spontaneous electrical impulse. Ibig sabihin, kaya rin nilang mag-send ng electrical impulse. Ang problema, the lower you go, the lower the heartbeat that is generated. Kasi si SA node, siya yung responsible for setting a pace na 60 to 100 beats per minute. Kasi ito yung normal, tama na heart rate natin. 60 to 100 beats per minute. So, si SA node ang nagsaset niyan. Ngayon, pag hindi nag-function si SA node, okay, for example, si AV node na yung nagpa-function, mas mababa na yung magiging heart rate. Okay, now, these electrical impulses that are generated by the conduction system can be transmitted hanggang sa surface ng katawan ng tao. And that is how we measure ECG. Okay, now, before we go to the ECG, let's first talk about the sodium-potassium pump. Kasi mahalaga dito na may dalawang concept tayong maintindihan. Your depolarization versus repolarization. Okay? Depolarization versus repolarization. Okay, let's first talk about polar. Ano bang ibig sabihin ng polar? When you say polar, it basically means there are two opposite sides. Okay? Yun ang ibig sabihin ng polar. Dalawang, okay? When you say pole kasi, di ba, you have two poles. Okay? Dalawang opposite side. Okay? There are two poles. Okay? May dalawang opposite side. Ngayon, okay, yun muna ang basis natin. Okay, pag sinabing polar, there are two sides. Okay, now, in here, we will be able to differentiate what is depolarization versus repolarization. Okay, ngayon, meron kasi tayong tinatawag na resting membrane potential. Okay, resting membrane potential. Madali na lang itong tandaan kasi at rest. Okay, at rest siya. Ibig sabihin, wala pang nangyayari. Baseline, okay, tahimik. Okay, resting membrane potential, wala pang nangyayaring action kasi tahimik pa siya at rest. Okay, resting membrane potential. During the resting membrane potential, wala pang nangyayari dyan. Okay, wala pang nangyayari. Polar pa siya. Polarized. When you say polarized kasi, equal. Okay, equal ang electrical charge. Okay, equal electrical charge. Saan? Sa loob at sa labas ng cell. Okay, resting membrane potential, polarized. Walang nangyayari. Equal sa loob at equal sa labas. Ito yung tinatawag nating piso. Okay, potassium in, this one, and then sodium out. Okay, resting membrane potential. Walang nangyayari pag nakapiso ang sodium-potassium pump natin. Pag nasa loob, si potassium at nasa labas si sodium, walang nangyayari. Resting membrane potential. Piso. Okay, polarized. Walang nangyayari. Now, paano kaya mababaliktad or paano kaya gagalaw si sodium, si potassium at si calcium sa ating sodium-potassium pump? This is where the electrical conduction system of the heart comes in. Magsisend ng electrical impulse ang heart conduction system natin towards the cells of the heart, doon sa cells ng heart natin. Now, pag nagkaroon ng electrical impulse, okay, originally, okay, ang mangyayari na ngayon dyan, first step, okay, bubukas yung daanan ni sodium. Okay, bubukas ang daanan ni sodium. That is step number 1. So, papasok si sodium sa loob. Okay, nandun sa loob si potassium. Ngayon, pag nasa loob na si sodium at nasa loob din si potassium, equal pa kaya sa loob at sa labas ng cell? Hindi na. They are no longer equal. So, nagkakaroon ng depolarization. Okay, nagkakaroon ng depolarization. So, during depolarization, hindi na equal yung electrical charge niya. Ibig sabihin, nagkakaroon na ng action. Okay, meron ng nangyayari. Kasi hindi sila equal sa loob at sa labas. So, pag depolarization, merong nangyayari. Kasi hindi na sila pantay. Okay, now, ang susunod na mangyayari dyan, nasa loob na si sodium, nasa loob ang ating potassium at nasa loob din si sodium. Ngayon, paano naman si calcium? Our second step is papasok naman si calcium sa loob. Okay, papasok si calcium sa loob. So, anong effect nito dito? Ang nangyayari lang dyan, nagkakaroon ng prolonged depolarization. Okay, pinapatagal niya yung depolarization, yung action na nangyayari, pinapatagal niya. Okay? Pinapatagal niya because supposedly lalabas si potassium pero hindi siya makalabas kasi kailangan mo nang pumasok ni calcium. So step number 3, pag nasa loob na, okay, si sodium at si potassium, at si sodium at si calcium, I should say, si potassium naman ang lalabas. Okay? So, pag lumabas na ulit si potassium, okay, number 4, ngayon, ang nangyayari dyan, si sodium at si calcium, sila na ang nasa loob. Okay? Si potassium naman ang nasa labas. Okay? So, nagkabaliktad sila, 'di ba? Kaninang una, okay, initially, ang nasa loob ay si potassium, ang nasa labas si sodium at si calcium. Tama? Si sodium at si calcium. And they are what we refer to as piso. Tama? Polarized. Ngayon, walang nangyayari. Tama? Pag there is equal number of potassium and sodium sa labas, equal. So, walang mangyayari. Ngayon, nagpalit na sila. Okay? Si sodium yung nasa loob, si potassium ang nasa labas. Nagiging equal ulit sila. Okay? Nakapagpalit na sila. So, this again becomes repolarized. Wala na ulit nangyayari. Okay? Nagre-rest na ulit. So, during depolarization, nagkakaroon ng action. Ano yung action na yan sa heart natin? This is contraction. Okay? Nagkakaroon ng contraction. And then, pag na-polarize na ulit siya, this is what we refer to as POSI, potassium out, sodium in, nare-repolarize na siya. Wala na ulit action. So, repolarization is relaxation. So, nagre-relax si heart pag na-equal na ulit. Pag na-repolarize na ulit. So, that is the sodium-potassium pump in relation to the heart's electrical conduction system. Now, let's talk about ECG or EKG or your electrocardiograph. Ano ang ginagawa sa electrocardiograph? And here, we are measuring the electrical activity of the heart. Ito, basically. Okay, the electrical activity of the heart. So, ano nangyayari dito? In here, we use different electrodes. Okay, nag-a-attach tayo ng electrodes sa katawan ng pasyente. Now, let's first define kung ano ba yung electrodes, lead wires, at lead wires at lead. Okay? Kasi, baka merong magtaka. There are two types of ECG. Common types of ECG, yung 6 lead at 12 lead. Okay? So, pag sinabi nating electrodes, ito yung mismong ina-attach natin na pabilog sa pasyente na parang pad. Those are the electrodes. Your lead wires, ito yung naka-attach mismo sa electrodes. Pag sinabi naman nating lead, these are the views that are produced by the electrodes. For example, pag tinigyan yung mismong ECG strip, yung views doon, yun po si lead. So, iba si lead wires, iba si electrodes, at iba si lead. So, basically, si electrode at si lead wires, sila yung mismong ina-attach sa katawan ng pasyente. Si lead, siya yung images, siya yung reading na nakikita natin that is produced by the electrical activity of the heart, na binabasa lang siya ng electrodes at lead wires or tinatransmit siya ng electrodes and lead wires. Okay, so what are our nursing responsibilities? Okay, importante dito because it's important to remember ECG is non-invasive. Pag sinabi nating non-invasive, this does not require entry inside the patient's body. Hindi kailangan pumasok sa loob ng katawan ng pasyente. So, it's non-invasive. So, ano nga ba ang nursing responsibilities natin dito? Number 1, we instruct the patient to remove metallic objects. Okay? Metallic objects or jewelry. Metallic objects or jewelry. Okay, because it can affect the reading of the ECG, especially electrical readings ang binabasa. Next, we have to make sure that the site is clean, dry, and hair-free. Okay, kasi pag yan, okay, basa, hindi kakapit ng tamang electrodes. Or it can, okay, pwede magkaroon ng problema with the reading. Similar with it being dirty and pag may buhok. Okay, pwede magkaroon ng problems or irregularities sa mismong reading. So, anong gagawin? Paano siya magiging hair-free? It can either be clipped, literal, iipit yung buhok, or shaved. But, hindi kasi masyadong recommended yung shaving. Okay? Clipping. Okay? Iniipit siya. Ginigilid at iniipit. So, ito yung mga importante when it comes to ECG or EKG. Kasi wala naman ditong special diet, mga ganyang bagay. Because this is non-invasive at routine. Pag sinabi natin routine, okay, hindi siya isang beses lang ginagawa. Okay? Regularly siyang ginagawa. That's a routine procedure. Now, there are two types of electrodes na ina-attach natin sa pasyente. You have limb electrodes and precordial electrodes. Pag sinabi natin limb electrodes, ito yung mismong ina-attach sa extremities ng pasyente, sa limbs. Ano ba ang limbs? Kamay at paa. And then when you say precordial, these are the ones that are attached to the patient's chest. Okay? Patient's chest. Now, let's first talk about the 12-lead ECG. Okay? Kasi ito yung pinaka-kompleto ang components niya. So, for example, itong patient natin, pasensya na kayo kay Stickman. Okay, so this is the patient. So, you have your right upper, right lower, left upper, and left lower. Ngayon, your electrodes and your lead wires, they have corresponding colors. Okay? Hindi pwedeng mabali-baliktad yung mga yan because sila ang mag-read ng specific parts, specific conduction, okay, from the heart. Okay, kailangan tama yung kulay na nilalagay natin or tama yung mismong electrode and lead wires na kinoconnect natin. So, there are corresponding colors in here. You have, paano ba ito? Okay, sorry, hindi kasi siya visible kapag kasinulat ko. But anyway, dito sa taas, this is white. Dito sa ilalim, this is green. Dito sa taas, this is black. And dito sa ilalim, this is red. Now, paano natin matatandaan yan? Dito sa right part, meron, I have read it somewhere. I'm not sure kung saan ko na siya nabasa. But this is clouds over grass. Okay? Kasi, anong kulay ng clouds? Puti. Anong kulay ng grass? Green. Okay? So, clouds dito sa ibabaw, and then grass sa ilalim. So, you have clouds over grass. That's for our right limb leads. Okay? So, right upper, puti. Right lower is grass. Kasi pag tinignan mo, ang clouds nasa taas, ang damo nasa baba. And then, dito naman sa kabila, you have smoke over fire. Okay, smoke over fire. So, kapag umaapoy, nasaan ba ang usok? Nasa ibabaw ng apoy. Okay, so left upper, you have black, and then left lower, you have red. Okay, usually, these electrodes or limb leads, they are already labeled RU, RL, LU, and LL. Okay, yung kulay ang may importanteng matandaan. Okay, so white sa taas, green sa baba for right, and then black sa taas, and red sa ilalim for the left. Okay, limb leads. Now, let's talk about the leads that are placed over the patient's chest. Nakapagpasensya ng drawing. So, this is the patient's chest. Okay, hindi siya pantay. Sorry. Anyway, ang mahalaga is ma-demonstrate lang natin siya. Okay. So, you have different leads. So, 6 yung ina-attach natin na precordial leads are the ones that are placed on the patient's chest. So, ano ba yung mga kulay ng leads natin and ano ba yung position nila? So, for example, let's just imagine that this is, okay, the clavicle. Sabihin na lang natin, this is your first intercostal space. Second, I'm sorry, medyo maluwag. This is for imaging purposes only, ha? Okay, imaging purposes. Tansyahin na lang natin. Okay, so let's say this is the nipple of the patient. And itong gitna, this is the sternum. So you have the first, okay, lead or your V1, ang kulay niyan is kulay red. Okay, so your V1 will be placed over here. Ano ang location niyan? Si V1, this is, V1 is 4th intercostal space, right sternal border. Ibig sabihin, okay, malapit siya sa mismong sternum. So, imaginary, okay, kung i-imagine natin, this is the sternum in the middle. Okay, so ito si sternum sa gitna. Okay, let's just say na ganon. Nandyan si sternum sa gitna. Okay, now the V1 will be placed close to the sternum. Yun yung ibig sabihin ng sternal border. So this is your V1, located 4th intercostal space, right sternal border. And then you have V2. Same lang, 4th intercostal space, but on the left sternal border. And then si V3, hindi pa natin yan kaagad ilalagay. Okay? Ilalagay muna natin si V4. Okay? Your V4 will be placed over here. Okay? Your V4 is placed 5th intercostal space, mid-clavicular line. Okay? Nasaan ba ang clavicle natin? When you say clavicle, this is our collarbone. So, ito siya, gitna ng clavicle. So, your V4 will be placed over there. And then, your V3 will be placed between V2 and V4. Okay? And then, next, okay, you have V5. Okay? Sorry, masyado siyang malapit. Waiting ko saglit. Oh no. V3, V4, V5, and V6. Okay, so ito yung placement ng electrodes natin. Next, you have V5. Your V5 is placed same level as V4, anterior axilla. Okay, pag sinabi nating anterior, this is in front. Pag sinabi nating axilla, this refers to the kilikili. So, sa harap ng kilikili. So, this is V5. And then lastly, V6. Okay? This is same again. Same level, same line as V4 and V5, but mid-axilla. Okay, ibig sabihin sa gitna ng kilikili. So, as you can notice, I already color-coded all of them. Okay? Except this one. Dapat red siya. Okay, V1. Okay, so ito yung placement ng leads natin. So, you have red, yellow, green, blue, orange, and violet or purple. So, paano mo yan matatandaan? Meron silang ginamit dito. Ride your green bike on the pavement. Okay, ride your green bike on the pavement. So, you have red, yellow, green, blue, orange, and purple or violet. Okay? So, pag sa limb leads natin, sa right, you have clouds over grass for your right because white sa taas, green sa ilalim. And then for your left limb leads, you have smoke over fire, which means black sa taas and then red sa ilalim. And then for your precordial electrodes, you have ride your green bike on the pavement. Okay, so that's red, yellow, green, blue, orange, and purple or violet. So yan yun. So this is for your 12 lead electrode. Pag 12 lead electrode, itong 4 na limb lead and then itong precordial. Pero pag 6 lead, we only use the 6 precordial electrodes. So that's it for ECG.